Have you ever felt overwhelmed at work, like you're running on a treadmill and getting nowhere? That feeling that, no matter how hard you try, something always seems to be missing, preventing you from reaching your full potential? Maybe it's the pressure of tight deadlines, the constant demand for results, or even the competitiveness in the professional environment that leaves you exhausted and unmotivated. It's easy to fall into this trap, where mental and emotional fatigue makes you question whether it's really worth all that effort. Now, stop for a moment and reflect. What if there was a way to face these difficulties with more clarity and serenity? What if there was a way to turn pressure and stress into tools for your growth, rather than obstacles? The truth is that many of us spend our lives reacting to the chaos around us, not realizing that we have the power to choose how to respond to it. And this is exactly where Stoicism comes into play. Stoicism, an ancient but surprisingly current philosophy, teaches us to seek tranquility in the midst of turmoil, to focus on what really matters, and to develop unwavering resilience in the face of adversity. You must be wondering, but how can this help me in my professional performance? The answer is simple but powerful. By adopting Stoic principles into your routine, you can improve your decision-making ability, increase your productivity, and maintain a balanced mental state, even under pressure. In this video, we'll explore 5 practical and foolproof tips, based on Stoic philosophy, that will help you transform your professional approach. You will understand what needs to be done to deal with daily challenges more effectively, why this change in mindset is essential for your growth, and how to apply it in your daily life in a concrete and accessible way. If you're ready to take control of your performance and stand out, keep watching. These are the tools that will take you to the next level. Focus on the process, not the outcome. The search for success can often lead us into an incessant cycle of anxiety and frustration. How many times have you found yourself obsessed with the end result of a project, to the point of losing sleep, feeling anxious, or even doubting your own abilities? The truth is that we live in a society that values immediate success, quick victory, without realizing that this mentality can be a trap. And it is precisely here that Stoicism offers a different, deeper and, at the same time, liberating perspective. At the heart of Stoicism, we find a simple but transformative idea: focus on the process, not the outcome. This philosophy teaches us to direct our attention and energy to what we can control, our actions, our effort, our daily commitment, rather than getting lost in worries about what is beyond our domain. This does not mean ignoring the results, but rather understanding that the real power lies in how we conduct the process. Let's start by understanding the value of focusing on doing your best. Often, the fear of failure paralyzes us, preventing us from giving our best. But if we look at Stoic thought, as taught by Seneca, we realize that our focus should be on what depends exclusively on us: our dedication, our discipline, our work. By directing our energy to these areas, we eliminate the distractions and anxiety that come with worrying excessively about what we can't control. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, reflects on how we must accept the natural flow of events, without allowing the fear of the unknown to divert us from the path we have chosen. When we do this, we release an inner force capable of keeping us resilient, no matter what comes. Focusing on completing the stages of a project is another powerful principle. Instead of obsessing over the end result, something that is often shrouded in uncertainty and that can change over time, we should focus on each step, on each task that brings us closer to the goal. Think of a sculptor who patiently sculpts your work of art. He does not constantly worry about the final appearance. Instead, it devotes its attention to every chisel stroke, every detail of the process. It is this attention to the present that guarantees the beauty of the final work. As Epictetus teaches us, the path to mastery is paved by care and diligence in every small step. In this sense, establishing intermediate milestones is fundamental. Often, the grandiosity of a goal can scare us and even demotivate us. But by breaking that goal down into smaller chunks, celebrating small victories along the way, we build the motivation to keep moving forward. Imagine a marathon runner who mentally divides his race into parts, celebrating the passage of each kilometer as a personal victory. These small accumulated achievements become the driving force to achieve the final goal. Viktor Frankl, in his work In Search of Meaning, talks about the importance of finding meaning in each step of the journey, not just in the final destination. This creates a cycle of self-sustaining, where each small victory fuels the next. Flexibility is another key to success in the process. Often, we get so attached to a specific plan or a fixed idea of outcome that we forget that the path may require adjustments. Being flexible, adaptable, is a virtue that the Stoics deeply valued. When we face unforeseen events, and they always arise, we have two options: resist and get frustrated, or adapt and continue. Flexibility allows us to turn challenges into opportunities, following the flow of life, without losing sight of our goals. Like water, we flow around the obstacles, without losing our essence. In the ever-changing world we live in, this ability to adapt is what distinguishes those who achieve success from those who get lost along the way. One of the most valuable lessons that Stoicism teaches us is to view mistakes and difficulties as learning opportunities, not failures. In a society that often punishes error, learning to see it as an essential part of growth is liberating. Each challenge, each mistake, is a chance to grow, to strengthen. Epictetus said that difficulties are what reveal the true character of a person. When we accept this, we turn stumbling blocks into steps towards our personal and professional development. Error ceases to be an enemy and becomes an ally on our path to excellence. By focusing on the process and not the outcome, we free ourselves from anxiety, become more resilient, and find new meaning in our work. It's not just about achieving a goal, but about becoming a better version of yourself every day. It's a journey of self-discovery and growth, where true success is not only measured by what we achieve, but by who we become along the way. Emotion and physical management. In a world where we are constantly pressured to deliver more, to be more, managing emotions and taking care of our body and mind become not only essential, but vital to our survival and success. We live in a time where stress, anxiety, and burnout are all but inevitable, but what differentiates those who thrive from those who succumb is how they deal with those challenges. In the workplace, where pressures are high and expectations are often unattainable, it is easy to get lost in impulsive reactions, in moments of anger, frustration, or discouragement. But, as Seneca teaches us, the real strength is not in reacting, but in responding in a controlled and conscious way. Equanimity allows us to remain calm in the midst of chaos, not being swept away by negative emotions, but rather using reason to guide our actions. Imagine, for a moment, the tranquility of a lake on a windless day. This is the state of mind we should seek. A place of serenity where emotions are recognized, but do not control us. Taking care of physical and mental well-being is another fundamental piece in this puzzle. It is common to give ourselves totally to work, neglecting our body and mind to the breaking point. Epictetus said that we should take care of our body as a precious tool. If it breaks, we cannot continue the work. Similarly, if we neglect our physical and mental health, we won't be able to sustain the effort required to achieve our goals. This means eating well, exercising regularly, and ensuring that the mind has moments of rest and reflection. Work-life balance is a challenge that many face, but one that is crucial to maintaining sanity and happiness in the long run. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that life is brief and that we should enjoy every moment consciously. This entails not only being productive at work, but also devoting ourselves to our personal relationships, our hobbies, and the things that bring genuine joy. This balance is not a luxury, but a necessity so that we can recharge our energies and continue to give our best in all areas of life. To ensure that we can sustain our effort and achieve our goals, taking care of physical and mental well-being is essential. This includes daily practices such as a balanced diet, regular physical exercise, and moments of rest. Maintaining a routine of physical activities, such as walking, yoga, or training, and ensuring a nutritious diet help improve our energy and endurance. Recognizing that your value is not only linked to results is a liberating idea that Stoicism offers us. In a world where we are often measured by what we do rather than who we are, it is easy to lose sight of our intrinsic worth. However, Stoic philosophy teaches us that the value of a human being lies in his virtue, in his ability to live according to his principles, and not just in his achievements. This doesn't mean that the results don't matter, but rather that they shouldn't define who we are. By internalizing this idea, we free ourselves from the constant pressure to prove our worth through external metrics and focus on developing our virtue and character. Identifying and understanding one's own emotions and physical reactions is an essential step in managing our inner lives. Often, we are governed by emotions that we barely understand, reacting automatically to external stimuli without stopping to reflect on what we are really feeling. Stoicism encourages us to develop a mindfulness of ourselves, to observe our reactions objectively, and to understand the roots of those emotions. This process of self-knowledge is essential so that we can control our responses instead of being controlled by them. Being mindful of signs of stress, anxiety, or physical and emotional exhaustion is vital to preventing breakdown. Too often, we ignore these signals, believing that we can continue to push our limits indefinitely. However, the body and mind have their own ways of alerting us when something is wrong, and ignoring these signs can lead to serious consequences. Stoic philosophy teaches us to be vigilant, to recognize these signs as indicators that we need to slow down, reflect, and adjust our approach. Learning breathing, visualization, and relaxation techniques is a practical way to apply Stoicism in everyday life. These techniques help us calm our mind and body, regain focus, and restore energy. Mindful breathing, for example, is a powerful tool for reducing stress and anxiety, while positive visualization can mentally prepare us to face challenges. Relaxation, in turn, allows us to release accumulated tension and restore internal balance. Developing the ability to bounce back and adapt positively to challenges and adversity is another key trait. Life is full of ups and downs, and the ability to bounce back quickly from setbacks is what allows us to keep moving forward. The Stoics believe that every difficulty is an opportunity for growth, a chance to strengthen the spirit. By adopting this mindset, we turn adversity into catalysts for our development. Maintaining healthy and supportive personal and professional relationships is essential for well-being. Stoicism reminds us that we are not islands, we need each other to thrive. Cultivating genuine connections, based on mutual respect and support, is critical to our happiness and success. These relationships provide us with an emotional safety net, help us cope with challenges, and offer us perspectives that we may not be able to see on our own. Finally, asking for help and accepting support from colleagues, friends, and family is not a sign of weakness, but of strength. Knowing when to ask for help is a crucial skill to avoid burnout and to ensure that we continue to move towards our goals in a healthy and sustainable way. Dedication to excellence. In our day-to-day work, we are often pressured to deliver more, to do more, to mass produce. But there is a fundamental difference between simply doing it and doing it with excellence. Stoicism teaches us to value quality over quantity, to focus on each task with the same dedication that a craftsman dedicates to his work. Imagine, for a moment, what it would be like if every task you perform was seen as a potential masterpiece. No matter how small or routine it may seem, every action is an opportunity to demonstrate your best, to deliver something that really makes a difference. Striving for excellence in your tasks is more than just fulfilling an obligation. It's about infusing every action with a sense of purpose, delivering work that you can, in fact, be proud of. This requires a commitment to quality, where every detail is carefully considered. By doing so, you raise the standard of your work and, consequently, your own professional satisfaction and fulfillment. As Aristotle teaches us, excellence is not an act, but a habit. It is something that is built over time, with discipline and constancy. But this search for excellence should not be measured by external comparisons. Set your own standards for quality and performance, rather than comparing yourself to others. Constant comparison is a dangerous trap that can lead to frustration and loss of focus. However, by setting your own parameters of success, aligned with your personal values and goals, you create a unique and authentic path to excellence. As Epictetus reminds us, true freedom comes from living according to one's own nature and not from following the standards imposed by society. When you set your own standards, you take control of your journey, directing your efforts to what really matters to you. Aligning your definition of excellence with your personal values and goals is key to finding a higher purpose in what you do. When your work reflects who you are and what you believe in, every task takes on new meaning. Marcus Aurelius teaches us, in his Meditations, that we must live according to our principles and that true success is to be true to oneself. By aligning your actions with your values, you not only achieve excellence, but you also find deep satisfaction and meaning in the work you do. This creates a connection between what you do and who you are, making your work a natural extension of your identity. But excellence is not something that is achieved in isolation. Seeking constructive feedback from colleagues, managers, and customers is an indispensable practice for continuous growth. Feedback, when received with an open mind and a learning attitude, becomes a powerful catalyst for development. Often, we are so immersed in our own work that we fail to see areas where we can improve. Feedback offers us new perspectives, pointing out where we can adjust, improve, and eventually achieve excellence. As Seneca said, "No wind is favorable for those who do not know where they are going." Feedback is the wind that sets the sails of your development, directing you toward mastery. Additionally, be proactive in identifying opportunities for improvement and innovation in your work. The pursuit of excellence requires an attitude of constant improvement. It is not just about doing what is expected, but about going beyond, finding ways to do better, to innovate. This does not mean that we should be perfectionists, but rather that we should always be on the lookout for opportunities for growth and improvement. Innovation is often born of dissatisfaction with the status quo, of the desire to transform the ordinary into the extraordinary. Finally, collaborate with teammates to achieve shared goals and standards of excellence. Excellence, when pursued together, takes on an even more powerful dimension. Working as a team not only strengthens the bonds between members but also raises the standard of the entire group. The exchange of ideas, the synergy of efforts, and the construction of a common vision are elements that enhance excellence. As the Stoic proverb teaches us, the strength of the wolf is in the pack. When we work together, supporting each other, we are able to achieve levels of excellence that would be impossible to achieve individually. Continuous learning. On the path of personal and professional development, curiosity is the flame that keeps the search for knowledge burning. Curiosity drives us to explore the unknown, to ask questions, to challenge the status quo, and to seek answers that expand our understanding of the world and ourselves. In Stoicism, we find the incentive to keep an open mind and receptive to new ideas, seeing challenges not as obstacles but as valuable opportunities for growth. Thus, staying curious and open to new knowledge is more than just a practice, it is a fundamental attitude for those who want to evolve continuously. When we face challenges as opportunities for personal growth, we turn each difficulty into a chance to learn, improve, and strengthen ourselves. Marcus Aurelius, in his Reflections, constantly reminds us that the obstacle is the path, that what seems to block us is actually part of the process that shapes and improves us. When we adopt this mindset, every challenge we encounter becomes an opportunity for expansion, overcoming, and self-discovery. Curiosity, in this context, guides us beyond the fear of the unknown, allowing us to explore new territories with courage and enthusiasm. Dedication to the continuous improvement of their professional and personal skills is an essential characteristic for those who seek excellence. However, this improvement should not be seen as an end, but as a constant and dynamic process. Just as a musician practices daily to fine-tune his talent, we must dedicate ourselves to developing our competencies, adjusting and refining our skills continuously. Stoicism teaches us that learning never ends, and that the quest for knowledge is a lifelong journey. Each new skill acquired, each new knowledge assimilated, not only makes us more competent, but also more complete as individuals. Attending courses, workshops, coaching, or mentoring are all practical ways to expand our knowledge and skills. These experiences provide us with new perspectives, connect us with mentors and peers who can challenge and inspire us, and expose us to ideas and techniques that we might not have discovered on our own. However, learning should not be restricted to these formal moments. As Epictetus teaches us, we must be students of life, always ready to absorb new lessons wherever we find them. True wisdom comes from the ability to learn from everything and everyone around us, not just in classrooms or seminars. Stay curious and interested in learning new things constantly, as curiosity is the antidote to stagnation. In a world that is constantly changing, the ability to adapt and grow depends on our willingness to continuously seek new knowledge. This insatiable curiosity is what drives us to ask what if, to explore new ideas and not to settle for superficial answers. Stoicism encourages us to be eternal learners, to never give knowledge in full, but to always be in search of new truths and deeper understandings. It's crucial not to limit yourself to a single learning method, such as formal courses or readings. Knowledge can be acquired in many ways, and often the most valuable lessons come from direct experiences, casual conversations, mistakes made, and quiet reflection. Stoicism teaches us to value practical learning, that which is lived and felt, not just theorized. Therefore, it is important to diversify our sources of knowledge, seeking to learn both in books and in daily practice, both in formal environments and in everyday interactions. Each experience has the potential to teach us something new. We just need to be attentive and receptive. Don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone and try new approaches. Comfort can be an enemy of progress, as it keeps us stuck in habits and methods that, although familiar, may not be the most effective. Stoicism invites us to face discomfort with courage, to see change and the new as allies in our growth. Experimenting with new approaches challenges us to think differently, to expand our horizons, and to discover new possibilities that would otherwise remain hidden. True evolution occurs outside the comfort zone, where we are forced to adapt, innovate, and grow. Finally, immediately apply what you learn to your job by testing and refining your skills. Knowledge, by itself, has no value if it is not put into practice. Stoic philosophy emphasizes the importance of action. Learning must be lived, it must be translated into action that positively impacts our lives and the environment around us. By applying what we learn, we not only reinforce our knowledge but also test and refine it, adjusting it to better meet the demands of reality. This constant practice allows us to evolve in a continuous and solid way, transforming learning into an instrument of constant change and improvement. Long-term outlook. In a world where haste and immediacy often dictate the pace, maintaining a long-term vision can feel challenging. However, it is this view that differentiates those who only react to circumstances from those who shape their own destinies. Stoicism teaches us to look beyond the present, to consider the lasting impact of our actions, and to focus on the development that really matters. When you keep a long-term vision, you are actually planting the seeds for a future where your work and your choices reverberate positively for a long time. This perspective not only broadens their horizons, but also strengthens their resilience in the face of immediate challenges. Having a clear vision of the future requires constant analysis of the scenario around you. Analyzing trends, challenges, and future opportunities in your industry is essential to prepare for what's to come. However, this analysis should not only be done with the eyes turned outwards, but also inwards. What do you really want to achieve? What are the changes you want to see, not only in your career, but also in the impact your work has on the world? Understanding your industry trends and aligning them with your personal and professional goals gives you a strategic advantage, allowing you to make informed and intentional decisions. Once you have a clear vision of the future, it is vital that you establish long-term career goals and plans, with well-defined deadlines and development milestones. These goals act as beacons that guide your daily actions, ensuring that every step you take brings you closer to your end goal. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, tells us about the importance of living according to our principles and staying focused on what really matters. Setting long-term goals is not just a matter of ambition, but of direction. It's about knowing where you're going and why you're going in that direction. This doesn't mean that the path will be linear or easy, but with clear goals, you can navigate the inevitable adversities with a firm compass. However, the true value of your work lies not only in the immediate results, but in the contributions you leave for the future. Focus on making meaningful and lasting contributions, those that transcend the here and now and continue to impact positively even after the immediate work is done. Stoicism teaches us to value substance over appearance, what is enduring over what is fleeting. By focusing on contributions that stand the test of time, you not only build a career, but also a legacy. This requires patience, vision, and a deep understanding that what really matters is rarely immediate. Think, then, about how you can leave a positive legacy through your work. The idea of legacy is deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy, where the focus is on how our actions and decisions today impact future generations. The legacy we leave behind does not have to be grand or globally recognized, but it should be meaningful and aligned with our values. It could be the impact you have on your peers, the positive changes you bring to your community, or even the examples you set for those who come after you. As Seneca said, life is long if you know how to use it. The legacy you build is the extent of how you utilize your time, your skills, and your character. As you progress through your journey, it's crucial to stay open to new opportunities and experiences that may arise. Stoicism teaches us to embrace the flow of life, to be ready for change, and to see new experiences not as interruptions but as essential parts of our growth. This does not mean abandoning your plans, but rather integrating them into the new realities and possibilities that arise. Flexibility and openness to the new are what often allow us to innovate, adapt, and grow in ways we couldn't have anticipated. To prepare for the uncertain future, it is vital to develop transferable skills that can be applied in different contexts. In an ever-changing world, the skills you develop today may need to be applied in unexpected ways tomorrow. Stoicism teaches us to be adaptable, not to cling rigidly to a single path or set of skills, but to be ready to apply our knowledge and skills in new situations. These transferable skills, such as effective communication, problem-solving, critical thinking, are valuable tools that can open doors in diverse contexts, ensuring that you are always prepared for whatever the future brings. As you move forward on your journey of personal and professional growth, ask yourself, what are you building today that will stand the test of time and echo in the lives of those who come after you? That is the true measure of the impact and legacy we have left in the world. If you want to go even deeper into this learning and discover new ways to apply these principles in your life, I invite you to explore other videos I've prepared. Each of them is an opportunity to reflect, learn, and transform your life into a meaningful and lasting journey. I'll wait for you in the next video.